Have you ever wondered how certain people just effortlessly captivate everyone's attention wherever they go? Are they blessed by the charisma gods, or are they simply doing something that we can learn and improve on? In today's video, we're going to be exploring the world of body language and how improving it is essential for your personal life and professional success. So let's get to it. Nonverbal communication, aka body language, plays a huge role in all of our interactions with people and even animals. It conveys messages and emotions much more powerfully than our words do alone. Through gestures, through our facial expressions, through our posture, through our eye contact, we express our feelings, intentions, and attitudes, which then influence the dynamics of every social interaction that we find ourselves in. Nonverbal cues can either enhance or contradict what we say verbally. This then shapes people's perception of us to be either likable, credible, trustworthy, or the opposite. So, nonverbal cues give us insight into a person's emotional state. So, by improving our body language skills, this will facilitate more empathy, understanding, and your connection with other people. Nonverbal communication also serves as a universal language which transcends cultures and languages. So, for example, when you're traveling in a country where you don't know the language, it's very important to be observant, perceptive of people's body language. This will help you to communicate, in different contexts effectively. What are the core elements of body language? According to research from Professor Albert Mehabian from UCLA, there are three elements in any communication message. There is body language, there is voice, and there's words. 55% of any meaning in communication is body language, nonverbals, which is your posture, your eye contact, and your gestures. 38% is vocal, which is your tone, your rhythm, the volume, and the inflection of your voice. 7% is the actual words which convey the information. This research concludes that our body language speaks much louder than our words. So, not to say that words are not important, because words are important, the information that you convey. It's just that if your body language is not good, if you don't have a foundation of communication, which is your posture, your eye contact, your tonality, your volume, if that is not good, people are not going to want to hear what you have to say because you don't have the basics of your communication down. If you're liking the video so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Take a second, go down below, hit the button, that way you won't miss future videos. Back to the video. There are two core ideas that we need to be aware of in regards to body language. Number one is we need to be aware of our own body language. We need to be aware of the signals that we are projecting out. And number two is that we have to be aware of other people's body language and the signals that they are projecting out. We need to be aware of two things at all times when we're interacting with people. One is that we have to be aware of their comfort and discomfort level. And two is we have to be aware of whether they have open body language or closed body language. When people are comfortable, they would display open body language, which suggests good eye contact, which suggests a relaxed demeanor and open palms and a more open sort of body positioning. Rather, if someone is uncomfortable, if they have closed body language, this will be little to no eye contact. This will be shoulders sort of tucked in. This will be maybe arms crossed, looking down, avoiding eye contact. Limbs are close to the body. So this would indicate someone is uncomfortable and has closed body language. So in order to build rapport with people, we ourselves need to make sure that we have good body language, because it's easy to forget. Maybe we have a habit of having closed body language. Maybe you're used to having your arms crossed and you don't really think anything of it, but other people may be perceiving that as you are closed off to them. So it could be hurting you. So in order to build rapport and to improve our interactions and relationships with people, we have to make sure that our body language is open and good. And we need to tell when someone's feeling uncomfortable. Maybe we're causing that through our own body language. So let's use the example of a guy approaching a woman, an attractive woman. So let's say he goes over and his posture's bad. He's making little to no eye contact. He's hi, how are you? What do you think's gonna happen if he approaches like that? He's gonna get rejected most likely, unless he's Brad freaking Pitt. So it's super important to have good body language when you're meeting people, you're approaching a woman. And this doesn't just apply to dating. This applies to every social interaction that we have. Whether you want to make friends, whether you want to get a job, having good body language is going to help you in every situation. Dr. Paul Ekman, a renowned psychologist known for his work on facial expressions and emotions, has this to say, and I quote, "We reveal our emotions through facial expressions, which are universal across cultures and even species." John Navarro, a former FBI agent, expert in nonverbal communication, has this to say, and I quote, "The body never lies. It is a reservoir of our thoughts, emotions, and intentions." Now, these experts understand the significance of body language and why improving our skills in it is so important. I invite you to ask yourself these questions and think about them for a minute. When I'm interacting with people, am I aware of the body language signals that I'm sending out? Do I generally display open or closed body language in my interactions with people? Do I pick up on the nonverbal cues that people give off? The first step in improving our body language skills is awareness. Here are some objections that people would say about the relevance of body language. First is that nonverbal cues, paying attention too much to nonverbal, will lead to people not listening to the words that people say, and this will lead to misunderstandings. Now, one thing is, just because you're aware of the person's body language and nonverbals doesn't mean that you're not listening to the words. It simply means you are paying more attention to the nonverbals because 90% of communication happens through nonverbal communication. So what someone's saying, you have to pay attention to the foundation of the message because that tells you more than the words alone. And second objection that people would say is, by judging people by their gestures, you're going to make wrong conclusions because everybody's different. Everybody has different gestures and ways of expressing themselves. That's another objection. What I would say is, you don't make a conclusion about someone's attitude or intentions based off one gesture. You make a estimation, not a conclusion, based off a combination of gestures. For example, if someone has crossed arms, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're closed off to you. That just may be their communication style. If they're still making good eye contact, if they're still have good posture, if they're still leaning forward, if they're still engaged, then that could just be that person's communication style. It just be the way they hold their body. So it's making an estimation based off a collection of factors, not just one gesture. In conclusion, mastering body language is an ongoing process that we can work on continuously throughout our life. With practicing body language and our observation skills, we are on the path to better relationships and professional success. Thanks for watching the video today, guys. If you liked the video, hit the like, hit the subscribe button if you like the topics of personal development. mindset, psychology, mental mastery. I have a bunch of videos coming out. One video a week, every Saturday or Sunday video comes out. So stay tuned. I see you guys in the next one, and stay blessed. Take care.